Hi and welcome to another episode of the Real Gym Experience UK. Today we are with IFBB Pro John Hodgson. John. And his business partner Tony. As always on this show, we're talking about the subject of real gyms versus commercial gyms, and it so happens that John here owns a great real gym, Hollinwood Muslim Fitness Gym, in Oldham. Now we've met me and John because he very kindly, back in his CNP days, we moved premises in Jay's gym from one to another, and John came and kindly cut the red tape. He did a seminar. And he did some posing for us. Do you remember that?
I did. Remember I mentioned it. I said, "In your gym," and it's like that long ago.
19 years. Time flies.
Oh.
But I've been sort of aware of you ever since. Can you tell us about your time at CNP, your days training at Better Bodies, what it was like? Did it complement you? Because that's when you was at your peak of bodybuilding?
Well, what had happened was I used to train. First of all, just down the road. The gym's no longer there now because it got burned down, didn't it? Max Gym, but it was known as Busy Bodies at the time. So the first time I competed was in '93, and I managed to win every show. I won Latham's first time. I won the IFBB, which is now the former UK BFF to get pro card, the intermediate overall British title as well. Mm-hmm. So I come through fairly quickly. I was training like an animal, when I committed to the course. And then after that, I decided then I really need to place myself in an environment where I'll thrive.
Right.
So I was a big fish in a little pond.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Yeah. And I'm thinking, right, I've got to place myself. And I went over to Better Bodies where Kerry Kayes was. And he was, the man who gave everyone a bit of advice back in the day.
Yeah. How far was that from where you was currently training?
Well, before the M60 opened here, where you could drive through, you had to really cut through, basically I was from Moston, so you had to cut through Bellevue, Gorton, go all that way, and it'd take could take up to 40 minutes.
See, I think that's interesting, is you chose the gym, you saw the gym that was right for you.
Yeah. And
you travelled, you were prepared to travel.
Well, I was already a member, I had free membership then at that other gym.
Right, yeah.
So then I went to Better Bodies to pay.
Yeah.
So in order to,
but this is a lot of what I'm speaking about. It's the right type of gym, choosing the right type of gym. All right, you needed to travel, but you did because you knew that it was the environment you needed to be in.
Well, that's where all what you call the open class winners are always trained.
What sort of year are we talking here?
I was there. I moved from in '93 on that. I was still training in '94. Then after the British in '94, where I came fourth in the middleweights, I then went over, and because there was a bit of fallout with me and Kerry at the time.
Was it?
Yeah. Not as in fallout with me, but let's just say I was a little bit above my station. Kerry kindly clipped my wings. That's all I'm going to say.
Yeah.
And it was a good thing because he said. At the time, he said, "You're just getting a little bit ahead of yourself." He said, "So I'm going to have we had a sit down," and he just turned around and said, "Look, you know what I mean? If I didn't think he was a good man, and there was something about it, I wouldn't be having this conversation." I always remember it, and it's one of the best things that's ever happened.
A few whole truths with it.
Yeah, you know what I mean? So at the time, I took it on the chin, so I said, "Right, I want to come and train here," and that's how it came about.
Yeah.
So, and then from there, I started training there, and later that year I won the British middleweight title. Right. So there was people like Cav Darby that trained there. People used to train there like Ian Atkinson, Gary Shelmody.
Yeah, Gary Shelmody.
So all the Loretta Lomax. So it was a place where a lot of the bodybuilders used to go and thrive. Yeah. So for me, it was just a logical step to go there.
Was Kerry Kayes your coach?
I didn't have an out-and-out coach. He'd give me little pointers. You see, the word coach is different today because everyone's attached to spreadsheets and WhatsApp and in communication every 2 minutes. We just got on with it. Yeah. We just got in the gym, we trained. I knew how to train. I was training like an animal. Don't forget, before I even saw Kerry, I was squatting. But to give you an example, I was known for my legs back in the days, and especially the early days. And I was squatting a plate aside, 2 plates aside, 3 plates aside, 4 plates aside, warming up with this for 10s and 12 reps. 5 plates aside. My last set would be 5 and 10 plates. 10 aside. And I would go to complete failure until I threw up. Then I would do leg press, then I would do hack squat, then I would do leg extension. So I knew how to train hard.
Yes.
It was already ingrained in me because I knew exactly how I wanted to look and what I had to do. So there was no real out and out coaching, you've got to train like this. But what Kerry did say to me when he first saw me, because I went there for advice, to sort of like, I want to compete, what's the script? And I went and visited him, and we went in the posing room, and this was in '93, because it was Paul Heatley who used to own Busybodies. He said, come, we'll go and see Kerry. And then when he looked at me, he went, oh, you're a squat monster, you aren't you? Bumble, these legs, anyway. And then when I walked out, he supposedly turned around and said to Paul, and went, are you having a laugh? What the hell have you brought in for me? He said, he's not a bodybuilder, he's a powerlifter. Right. So anyway, he didn't say this to my face, Kerry, you know what I mean? He just kept that off, you know, like. He sat down with me and he said, right, you need to suggest you do this, this and this. I said, right, okay, cool. And then I went away.
What did he prescribe you to do, exercises or?
Well, basically said, go easy on your legs.
Bring
He said,
you up
yeah, and then, you know what I mean, you're just squatting a bit too.
Yeah.
So I went away. Don't forget we didn't have mobile phones or anything like that. And just got on with it.
Yeah.
Then I went and seen him, I think it was, God knows how many months afterwards. And we got in the posing room and got undressed and just went, whoa, what have you done? I just went, you told me, you gave me some tips, so I just carried on doing what you told me to do. And that was it. It wasn't, I wasn't hanging on to someone's coattails 24/7.
Yeah.
We just were given pointers and basic sound advice. Get on with it.
Yeah.
You know, like the old school mentality.
Yeah.
Get on with it.
So in them days, were you still travelling 40 minutes there and back? Yeah. What was the vibe like in Better Bodies back in the 90s?
It was brilliant.
Was it?
Yeah, it was just an amazing gym environment where everyone was going in and training real hard.
Was Kerry usually there?
Well, Kerry was in and out of the gym, you know what I mean? Yeah. So, but no one would really come over and train. The only time I remember Kerry once, I'll always remember this, I was doing pull downs for back. And as I'm pulling down, he just turned around and he went, he turned around, that's why your back's shit. You're using your arms. Use your lats. And I just went, I looked at him, and I didn't take offence, I just went, right, cheers, Kerry. And that was it. He was just noting, and you just got on with it.
You welcomed the feedback because it's going to make you better.
Yeah.
Is that right to say?
Yeah, because, but the way his approach is my approach, fair but firm. Yeah. Or firm but fair, if you get what I mean. And you're saying it out of passion and want to see someone do something correctly. Yeah. Today it's like, oh, can you do it? No. If you want to be like that, well, you come in here, it's pretty.
Yeah, it's full on, isn't it?
It's full on, but it's good fun.
You get it, but you have a laugh.
We have a laugh, but we have. I'm like that with anyone. If they want advice, I give them sound solid advice. Yeah.
So do you have a good sense of community in this?
Oh, brilliant.
Yeah. A lot of friendships.
Yeah. If you filmed us live, let's put it so, we might get cancelled. We're not 5 minutes.
We're not PC, but
we're not PC.
We have a laugh with everybody.
Yeah. There's no hatred. It's not hatred. We're just, you know, how can I put it? If you look at the comedies from the 70s and all that, but everyone, we've got a diverse set of members, and everyone gets on. We have a laugh.
Have a good banter.
We don't take it too seriously.
Because everybody's different, you know, colour, religion. But we bounce off each other. Yeah, and that's what makes the community gym, because everybody's laughing then.
We all laugh at each other. Yeah. We don't, you know what I mean? It's not out of hatred. We genuinely love each other. Yeah. You know, and if you can't have a laugh with each other, then the dynamic's gone, it's lost. Yeah. I want people, and for me it was always about going to a gym, and you want that. I always refer to your gym as like, it's got to be like your second home. Yeah. You look forward to going there, you've been at work, you want to de-stress, you want to feel that in that environment where you just think, I love it here.
Yeah, some of our members have been at ours for over 20 years. They're literally like family, you know.
Yeah, that's it. That's how
it becomes, isn't it?
Yeah. Well, funny enough, you know, one lad has rejoined and brought a new member, and he went, and he's moved over to Haywood, which is about 10 miles away, something like that. And he went, I said, I knew I shouldn't have come here yesterday. He said, got to join again, and he said, we love it here. Yeah. And the other lad, his mate who came in with him, he turned around, he went, as soon as I walked in, he went, wow, what a vibe, it's brilliant, I love it. Yeah. So well, that's what we want you to feel like.
There's one from Salford.
Really, yeah.
Yeah, they come and joined here. Yeah. It's an hour drive, he said, going home, no traffic.
Yeah, I think how far people travel to your gym speaks volumes about the quality of your gym, doesn't it? You know?
Yeah, and I think it's also, you know, the way in which you engage with people as well.
Yeah.
I think that's the key. Do they feel comfortable with you and that?
Yeah.
So
yeah.
I like to think we've got a good balance.
Yeah, I do.
I think your gym's like, I did a personal training course in a David Lloyd. I remember in the daytime, you go up there to do little assessments and things, thinking, some good kit in here, you know. And I was really excited for the daytime so I could train. But when I did train, there's just this feel, like a soulless feel to it.
So I akin the big corporations, like, you look at the supermarkets.
Yeah.
Like supermarket gyms, it's just a number.
Yeah, yeah.
You're not part of a family unit.
Yeah.
It misses that.
Just about money, isn't it?
Yeah, it's all about money, and then there's no. Can you go up to the people that are running the show who've been there and done it, or been in the game with a passion, and get sound, solid advice, some little tips?
Yeah.
And the answer is no, you can't.
Yeah, so excellent advice is on hand in gyms like this.
I like to think I'd say you've got more than that, you know what I mean? That's not blowing me on trumpet, but been there and done it, and I've helped more people than I can care to remember. I mean, Kerry was a go-to man, Jim Connors, all these people, Paul Berkshire, all these, the old guard before the internet existed. Yeah. Then I came on board, and then I came through with Kerry. Then I took over the CNP helpline, and where people wanted advice. Yeah. This was before mobile phones existed.
Yeah, I was just going to mention the CNP helpline. I ran that a few times. It was a really good service. It was a free service. It was,
CNP was set up obviously by Kerry, and originally it was chemical warfare with Paul Bowson and Kerry Kays. Then Paul left and Kerry took over. Dorian came on board. It was Dorian Yates approved CNP. And then it then became CNP Professional.
Yeah.
But there was this hotline, and it was the first time any supplement company provided a advice line where people could ring and get sound, solid advice.
Yeah.
So it was myself and Scott Gledell.
I was just going to say, Scott prepped me for a show completely free one year.
Yeah.
Brilliant service, yeah.
Well, I was prepping Lee Powell and I remember Scott Gledell for the 2001 British Championships. They were both doing like heavyweights, and I always remember Lee coming to see us, and I oversaw everything that he was doing the year before, and I said, you've got it all, it was all upside down, so I rejigged that, and then Scott Gledell turned around to me and went, do you have to be helping him? If anyone's going to beat me at the Britain, it's going to be Lee. Yeah. And I said, well, that's part of the deal, isn't it? I said, this is what we do. Yeah. So I was helping Scott, I was helping Lee, and Lee won and Scott came second. I was like, oh God. But
I believe you're good friends with Lee Powell, aren't you?
Yeah, we're very good friends. He's a proper sound, solid, upstanding guy. He really is. Yeah. I've got a lot of time for Lee.
Does he still have his gym? He's got a gym?
Yeah, he's a cracking gym. You've got to go down there. Yeah. You'll love it. It's seven-side gym. It's in a church in these grounds. It's the most idyllic setup you'll ever see. It's brilliant. Right. You'll love it. Absolutely.
What happened to Scott Gledell? Why did he stop competing? Do you know, in the end?
I think he just had enough, and it was just a case of moving on to ventures new and concentrating on business.
Yeah, fair enough. Yeah.
And he was a great physique. Absolutely great poser.
Yeah.
And I just think he wanted to reinvent himself. He still looks great now.
Yeah.
He does marathons. He's still holding a decent amount of muscle. I've seen it. Last time I've seen Scott was a number of months back. He owns Ultimate Fitness in Staley Bridge. Right. So he's got his gym there. So that might be another one for you. Yeah. So you were managing CNP. Kerry put me as manager, and again there was all this all set up, and then it just expanded from there really, and it was just a case of answer the advice line. Scott then went on to open up his gym, and then I was more manning the hotline as well as everything else. It just sort of like expanded, and then I was fortunate being with CNP when it came to competing. When I turned pro in '99, I won the middleweight class again in '99 and got my pro card. And obviously it was a mutual relationship where I was like an ambassador as well as an employee for CNP. Yeah. I like to think that I was playing my part in a positive light. I like to think I was hopefully a positive influence, and on people when we were competing. There was quite a lot of people that we'd help get ready for shows.
Yeah.
And don't forget, it was a free hotline.
Yeah.
There was none of this, you know, coach. It was all free advice.
I remember it, and it was definitely a positive thing, you know, back in the days.
Yeah, we had.
So working as a manager of CNP, was it ideal for like prepping for show? Did it complement the lifestyle? I think the office was near the gym, was it?
Yeah, I mean, couldn't complain. I mean, it was a perfect environment, wasn't it?
Yeah,
I was involved in the game.
Yeah.
I'm attached to a supplement company, and I think it was a win-win for everyone.
Yeah.
I think I represented the company well, and
Yeah.
it was a good company to work with. You know, I was fully supported. When it came to competing abroad, and you know, everything was covered. I mean, I remember when I competed in the 2003 Ironman in San Francisco. They were 3 weeks apart, and Kerry, and Bobby Rimmer, who's boxing coach, we all flew out. We flew out together, you know, to do that show, and yeah, there was some. Yeah,
So it sort of allowed you to live your dream.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it was.
Not taking away from hard work.
No.
It was
a win-win for all involved.
Yeah. So as far as your career, when did you do the 202 or did you do the two?
No, it was I did the 202, and the 202 because I was mainly in the open class.
Yeah.
From '99. There's a big picture on the wall which you'll probably have a look at. Anyway.
Yeah.
And that was 2 weeks after I won my pro card at the British when I won the middleweights.
Right.
And then 2 weeks later I was on stage at the British Grand Prix in '99, and that was held at the Apollo Theatre in Manchester.
Yeah.
So, and it, you know, 2 weeks later I'm stood on stage with
The best in
the
the
best
world.
of them. Yeah. I was actually in New York that year in '99, in '99, not knowing I was going to be on stage with Ronnie Coleman and all that.
Wow.
I watched the New York Night of the Champions, and at the time I just went, if that's being a pro, I don't want to get involved, you know what I mean? Yeah, I won't go into too much detail. It's just one of them when you look at it, and I've got pictures of him where I'm outside with Ronnie Coleman. I'm stood there like that, and he's there. And little did I know that I'd be on stage with him later that year. And it's just amazing how it unfolded. So
The greatest of all time.
yeah.
So right.
Well, I don't know. I mean, I've got.
Oh, have you got a big one?
Yeah. I mean, everyone goes Ronnie's the greatest of all time, but I would say you've got to look at Dorian at his very best, Ronnie at the very best, and who had the least amount of flaws.
Right, fair enough, yeah.
Dorian was something to behold. I seen them all in the flesh, don't forget.
Yeah.
I competed with them all. I didn't compete with Dorian, but I saw him up close. And this is what people got to understand about when they see pictures on the internet. It's just, you can't do it justice. Yeah. Dorian, when you saw him in the flesh, was as though he was carved out of steel, granite. It was just the most dense, hardest condition. I mean, it was just insane to see. Don't get me wrong, these guys blew my mind, but when you saw Dorian in the flesh,
it was something that was always said about Dorian. You couldn't fully appreciate in a picture.
Honestly, I remember having a picture with him in the early years, and I put my arm there and in his back, and the middle of his back was that deep. My hand went like that in the middle. I got lost. Yeah. It was literally like touching steel.
Yeah.
I kid you not.
Yeah.
So I've been there, and give you an idea. You look at Dorian's pictures, and it goes, oh, look at the picture. I say, do you know how big Dorian's calves were? Do you know what they measured? Have a guess. 22, 23 inches. Yeah. Now you then go from the calves and extrapolate upwards. That tells you how big this man was. And he was in insane condition. I just go, you know what?
Greatest of all time for you.
For me, I would say him and obviously Ronnie, but if you're gonna, and I think Steve Weinberger would agree with this. And I think he said it once. You had to see Dorian at his very best, and it was just, wow, what the.
I've done one of these with Stu Cosgrove, and he kind of said the same about seeing him in the flesh, you know, just to appreciate.
Yeah, you had to. Yeah. You had to see him. It was just, to this day, no one's ever matched that. No one. No.
Why is that? Well, when I say matched it, his grain condition.
Maybe this is part genetics as well, but the thing is with Dorian, he just lived, as he said. I did a podcast with him, didn't I? In 301, and no one lived it like Dorian. It's like he said, he put all his eggs in one basket.
Ken Cutler was super dedicated.
Not like Dorian. No. he was dedicated, I'm not saying he won't, but Dorian just lived and breathed it. He was in the basement dungeon, and there was no let up. There was no missing this, missing that. And like I said, his training style was slightly different to Jay's. And when it came to dieting down, well, you only have to look at Dorian's lower back and glutes and the overall insane definition in his rear double bicep and the detail.
Yeah.
Still, I mean, don't get me wrong, Jay's got beautiful separation in the quads and stuff like that, but no.
Did Branch Warren come close with the graininess?
In the quads he did, yeah.
Yeah.
But in his rear double bicep, not even close. There was no detail there. I mean, the detail was severely lacking when compared to Dorian.
Yeah, everything's relative.
Great physique, big man, carries a lot of muscle. But when you look at the rear double bicep of Dorian in his prime, against these guys, it's not even close. Everyone puts up the various pictures and go, oh, come on. You know what I mean? It's not even close. No.
Right, just change up a bit. When did so you were at a gym in Rochdale?
Yeah, so I left CNP
in
2008, and we set up, there was me and Paul Booth, we both then opened up a gym called Evolution Gym.
So was that CNP ended and that was your next move? Yeah.
It was just, you see, there was things going on with CNP where I think it was expanding, and I could see that the process was in play to sell the company. Right. So I thought, right, I could see where it was going, so I thought, right, it's time to jump, and I wanted to do something that, myself, and I've always wanted. Well, basically how it came about was I did the New York Pro Show in 2007, and Paul Booth at the time, who we were friends, and we were at the Hilton, staying in the Hilton overlooking Ground Zero, and I said to him, listen, I want to build my own gym, a real quality gym, an American style gym, a good quality gym. I said, you up for it? And he said, yeah. So we discussed it, and then we were putting the pieces together and said, right, okay, so they decided to make the move and call it a day and just go for it.
So was that gym, was it an empty build, was it gym before? Or?
No, it was a ground floor of a mill in Castleton, just outside Rochdale. And the mill itself was called Blue Pit Mill. And I'm trying to think of who the guy was. Anyway, Nick and Gary were the sort of like the owners of the building. We got a meeting, and it was a blank canvas, and we literally had to then kit it out. We had a mezzanine build. We spent a lot of money on that.
Yeah, I did train there.
And it's when the subprime mortgage crisis came about in 2008.
So bad timing.
Well, you could say that, and when you've got overheads of about 12 to 15 grand a month, and your house on the line, it was like
10 times.
Ooh, yeah. But you know what? We made it work.
How long were you an owner of that gym?
6 years.
Were you?
Yeah. And then, as you do sometimes in business, it doesn't quite work out.
Yeah, well,
you know what I mean? I won't go into detail, but it is what it is. I'm not going to pull in punches, but I had to make the call, and I decided to leave.
Yeah.
So I had a lot of people saying at the time, John, why did you leave? Why didn't you stay? You know what I mean? And all this, and which is nice, I guess, to hear. But then before I came here to train, Mark Tucker, who I train with now, he came over to see me for advice, and then you asked Mark, could I come over and have a training session with me? And that's how we got introduced, wasn't it?
Yeah.
At Evolution.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because I already had this gym open since 2011, I think it was.
Did you?
Yeah.
Right. So what was your background behind it?
I've been training since I more or less left school, but just enjoying it, nothing serious. Like they had other hobbies. Then I had a really bad bout of mental illness in and out of hospital. 4 or 5 years, can't even remember because of it. I walked into a bathroom one day, top of my arm was literally like this. And I said to myself, well, this is not me, so I'm going to do something with my life.
So you had a moment in your life where you knew things had
I had to change, and this was it. Yeah, so I said I'm going to open a gym. And
so 2011?
About 2011, I think.
Yeah. And was this a gym prior?
No, it was derelict when I first moved into it.
Right.
Yeah. I spent a lot of money what I had, bought equipment what I had, then I thought I can have a fail or it can work.
Yeah.
I just kept pushing myself.
Yeah.
You know, because the mental health got me back into training, then that spurred me on a little bit more. Then I did, day by day, I did a little bit more. Then they had a bed in here actually in the back room because I could only do an hour in the gym.
Right.
Because I had to go and lie down backwards and forwards.
Wow.
And gradually over the years, I've built myself up to
Wow.
I'm sort of coping, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's been a long goal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you sort of, when did you come into this gym, John?
So when I left the Evolution Gym, that was around about May, June of 2014. So it was just over 6 years I was there. And then when I left, I then came here and started, and then just met up with them. We just started, started chatting, and I started training here.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then it was around about middle of 2018, wasn't it? You asked me if I wanted to.
Yeah, if we're looking into opening another one, weren't we?
Yeah. We were looking at the options of various places, but then you said, would you come on board? So I said, yeah, all right then. But we just needed to completely rip it out because the windows were old, the ceiling wasn't, it's just totally the opposite. Well, you said a video with you, didn't you? And I was just smiling about what it used to be like. So we literally, over the course of, I think it was a few months,
was it? 6
Was it 6 months? Yeah, it was a long time, wasn't it?
Yeah.
And we were doing it as we went along and moving the equipment around and put new flooring in. The ceiling was re-battened out, we put the new ceiling went in, new windows went in. And it's totally chalk and cheese to what it was on it. So yeah, we just literally gutted it and reset it up.
Yeah. Do you have members who've been here since you opened it? Like, there's people who stayed throughout?
Yeah, who stayed, yeah. I mean, a lot of them were quite happy with what we're doing. Some of them moaned about the filth and the dirt and everything, because literally me and John were doing most of the work. Because I'm ex-building trade.
Okay.
So,
see, I just stand there and he goes, do that, I go, okay. Pick up that hammer, I say, right, what am I supposed to do with that? I'll give it you.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? I'm good at directing traffic.
Yeah. And I think that's why it works with us, isn't it?
It does, yeah.
He's good at one thing and I'm good at the
Yeah.
other. I'm good at the practical stuff, the fixing, you know, anything else like that. He's good with the maths and that side of it.
Do you maintain the machines and things?
Yeah, I do everything in there.
Don't tell me, mate. No, I can fix some little bits. And he did the treadmill the other day. I'm like that. Tony, the wax has gone.
Yeah. I've got an older chap in my gym. He's a retired engineer.
Yeah.
And he's just a godsend to me. He fixes it and keeps on top of it. And that's part of the sort of the community thing as well. You know, he never lets me pay him. I actually introduced an OAP membership in just for him because he wouldn't let me not charge him.
Right.
So I reduced it to half, so at least I could do something. Because he wouldn't accept anything, you know.
So yeah, that's how we came on board. So in 2018, and by the beginning of 2019, everything was set up on it, and then and it just went from there. It just literally went forward, didn't it?
Yeah.
And is it going from strength to strength now? Is it?
Yeah, well, obviously with what went on in 2020 and all that crap, just go like that. Oh. You know what I mean? When you look back, you just shake your head at it all. But we came out the other side.
Yeah,
it was a bit challenging time for all of us, wasn't it? Because how many gyms must have hit the wall?
Oh yeah.
Quite a few must have gone to the wall.
Yeah, I know Zach Khan said his gym went under during that time.
That's what I mean.
Yeah.
It's criminal what they did. It was criminal.
Yeah,
but, it is what it is, as they say, unfortunately. But you know.
Do you currently have any competitors?
Well, funnily enough, there's two guys who are competing. Chandy's one lad. He does his own thing. He's, you know what I mean. He just cracks on. And there's a lad I'm just literally helping. Alan. He is doing the PCA first timers, and he over dieted. He left it and started training somewhere else, and then I got contacted. He contacted me with 4 weeks to go, and I'm going. And he clearly over dieted. Yeah. But then when the show was over, he ate loads and he filled out, and I just went, that's more the physique. So I'm helping him, guide him in now, and he's about 5 weeks out now, and he's going to be a totally different proposition now for the final. So what they saw when he competed a few months back, he's going to be just totally chalk and cheese.
Wow. Yeah. Do you still attend shows, John?
Not really.
No. How do you feel about the current? How do you feel about current competitive bodybuilding world? In the UK.
I just think it's a shame as to where it's gone with regards to the overall standard it's not the same depth. There's a lot of different classes as well now. I think I just saw one of the pro shows the other day, which was it? Who was it? Like the guy who went up from the classic division.
Oh yeah, is it hers?
Hers, yeah. And I saw some good footage of that, and I was looking at it, I was thinking, bloody hell, you know what? Some big bloody men there. They look fairly good. Because sometimes you can see footage where it doesn't give them the best light, but when you get the proper footage, you think,
yeah,
they're all right.
They were comparing us to Dorian, weren't they?
Well, that's just being stupid. Come on, let's get real. But this is what they do, because these influencers on YouTube and all that are trying to get views, aren't they? So they come up with some crap. Give it a rest.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? I'm sorry, but he's good. But come on, don't do that. But I think the sad thing has been the fall of the UK BFF.
Yeah.
And even NABA. You know, they were the dominant forces. The UK BFF was a clear, this is the Britain, you have to win that to get your pro card. The Universe was, you got the NABA was the Universe, which was a very prestigious event. And now, where are they?
Yeah.
You've now got the two Bro Pros, which is it's been all over the show, and you know, you can go to various shows and then get your pro card this way. I just think, for me, we've got to go back to the old way. The more things change, the more things should stay the same in a way.
Yeah. So
it needs to be a bit more structured. I'd like to see there be proper qualifiers and an out Britain where you go, this is it.
Can I ask you, so to Britain, there was a time where there was one pro card a year, wasn't there?
Yeah.
And there was also a time where all the class winners.
Yeah, that's when I got mine.
What
So the first year they did the class winners was 99. That's when I decided to then come down and really knuckle down to get the middleweights, because it bloody nearly killed me, but I did it. Because I knew then it was hardly, I thought, no, if I get down to middleweights, no one's going to beat me. I was that confident, but I knew I had to do it. So I was ready to step on stage at about 10 pounds above what I had to get off. So 4 weeks out, you know what I mean?
So you died muscle off, really?
Oh yeah, I had to, but it worked, it paid off on me, luckily. But
would you like to see it go back to that?
you know what, I would.
Yeah.
I really would, because I think the whole idea of the pro card was you had to win the main event. It was special.
Yeah.
You went and the air horns were firing off, and it was, you'd go in the audience and the crowd are loving it. It just had that wow factor. You know, you had to, there were people getting pro cards in different divisions, and with the greatest respect, you're not a pro.
Yeah.
You're not a pro. You've got this word pro attached, but you're not going to be able to compete and go over into the IFBB.
They're not pro in the sense of what it used to mean.
No.
When you heard someone was a pro, they were a quality bodybuilder.
But the pro card was IFBB Professional Bodybuilding.
Yeah.
And it was that.
It really meant something, didn't it?
Yeah, it did. And you've got, I'm a pro. Well, you're not really. You just got the word pro there. And it's, I'm not bashing, I'm just stating fact.
From a practical level, though, what are they going to do with that is the thing, isn't it? What are they actually going to, is that going to earn them money or?
Well, the thing is this day and age, the dynamics have shifted, because back then there was no social media. So the idea is that these people are making money online. And they're utilising that.
The fact that they're a pro too.
Using the if you like, the abbreviation of pro and whatever. And I think a lot of advice that's being given out there is far from acceptable, because I've seen, and I get people coming to me telling me what they're being advised and what to do. And
irresponsible.
Oh, it's bloody ridiculous. It really is. It really. It's so frustrating I've been there, I've seen it, I've done it at the highest level. I'm now coming up 57 next weekend. I don't take anything. I'm on no TRT. I'm absolutely on nothing. I've not been on anything for ages. I've had my bloods done. The last time I had my bloods done, my testosterone was higher than what it should be.
Wow.
It was, you've seen it, it was 26.7.
But that's your lifestyle, isn't it?
But this is what I say to people. I say the reason why I say, yes, I can't shift the weights that I used to shift, but I still train, and I train with intensity and hard, and I'm always eating well. I'm still eating me 5 meals a day.
Yeah.
I'm doing what I used to do, albeit not pushing the same weights, and I'm not got anything that I'm using to assist the process.
Yeah. Well, you don't need to push the same way.
That's what I mean, but my point is that, well, doesn't that tell you something? That tells you that I must have done something right.
Yeah.
I was competing for nearly 20 years. I was using it on and off, never stayed on, which most people today just never come off. So, you know, you've got this sense and sensibility, and now I'm come out the other side, I'm fit and healthy.
Yeah. So you played the game.
Hello?
Yeah.
There's a clue in here somewhere, isn't there?
Yeah. Right, thank you both very much. Would you mind giving us a tour of your
No problem.
Let's do it.
Okay, so John and Tony are going to give us a look around the gym now, give you a feel for the gym and the vibe in here. So,
As you can see, Hollinwood Muscle and Fitness Gym, banner there. You walk up the steps, outside is the car park, you can come up the steps, and the whole idea was when we built it and rearranged it was when you walk in front of the house, you're going to be met with a beautiful face, Tony,
Me, yes.
and then me.
If he's not here, there's multiple photographs all over.
All
the gym
over
of
me,
him,
yeah,
so
just
he
to
knows
remind you how
he's been here.
gorgeous I am. Go on, I own it, yes, why not? But as you can see, so that's the whole idea of it. You come in and then you're met with a nice welcoming face. So the gym is fully coordinated so that it flows. So wherever the actual machines are allotted, so it'll be back in one, grouped up in one area, chest, biceps, so forth. So as you can see at the bottom, we've got our cardio section where we've got 5 treadmills and a few other bits and pieces.
What brand is your equipment, John?
No, it's not branded.
Oh, it's not branded.
No, it's Tony.
There's a guy in Wales he was an ex-engineer, right, a bit of powerlifting, and he designed and made it all. And I just told him, oh, I want this. Right. So he come over, he just built it, and 9 times out of 10 it worked. Yeah.
And I came here and I went, even though like the old gym I had was all the hammer strength and that, which is good. This stuff, it's engineered brilliantly and it's bulletproof.
Yeah.
I mean, it literally is. You know, it'll be here in another 1,000 years. It's, you know,
You can sort of tell.
it's solid.
And it hits the muscle perfectly. That's the key with it.
We've got a bit of the some of the life fitness, you know what I mean?
tricep press down.
Yeah, 1 or 2 bits and pieces that we've had, you know, that's been added over the years as well. But as you can see, so what you've got here in this particular section is where the arms, biceps, this is one of my favourites, I love this one. The old preacher curl. Get beautiful tension on.
With your training, John, do you still do the one all-out sets for per exercise?
I mix it up now and again. Sometimes I might do multiple sets, but as a rule, I've always favoured that.
Yeah.
So now and again, I might just ease off and do a few working sets where I just sort of like, hit failure and that's it. Whereas today and Thursday with Mark, I was training the chest and biceps, and we all went all out 1 set to failure with a drop set.
Yeah.
So you know, I still hang in there.
When did you take on that style of training?
Always have.
Even from the beginning?
Yep, from the beginning.
Where did you
I mean,
do
there was a lot of volume, I guess, warming up when I was doing legs. I didn't dive in. And people could say, well, I was at a bit of volume, but I was still working up. And then when I came to my final set, it was all out warm until I couldn't do no more.
Do you incorporate drop sets, things like that?
Yeah, I do now, yeah. If I want to extend the set, well, you know, just drop the weight a bit so that you grind out then extra 2-3 reps, you know. So, again, I say to people, look, there are so many different ways and so many different great physiques that have been built. Lee Haney trained different to Dorian. As long as you stress the muscle, and not everybody's got the mental aptitude and strength to go to that all-out 1 set to failure. Lee Haney used to say, stimulate, not annihilate. You can't. Sometimes there's some truth
Is
in
that
it.
style of training, is it necessary to have a training partner? Is it absolutely necessary?
I would say if you go into that, what we call the total 1 set to failure, where the exercise allows, hence why machines is favourable for that.
Yeah.
So if you're doing a bench press, you know, you can't do that really if you're you know, pretty strong on it. If you've got which I'll demonstrate, I can show you when you've got the seated press, then you can do what they call the 1 set to failure, where you then perform your reps until you can't do another one on your own. You'll then get a couple of forced reps, real forced reps, and then you get the negative, so someone can take it and put the negative. So you need someone
Yeah.
to be able to be.
Could you achieve it without?
Well, no. If you haven't got a training partner, you won't be able to achieve the negatives.
Yeah, no.
So the idea is really you'd have to have someone, either a training partner or someone to spot that particular
So if someone
set.
wants to train like that, will be trained on their own. Are they better off doing more sets then?
No, I used to train on my own when I won the Britain in '95, and I'd just grab someone in the gym, say, right, just spot me on this.
Yeah. Yeah,
You know what I mean? And make it work.
Yeah.
I didn't change around, so
Yeah, fair enough.
you know, I just make it work one way or the other. Sometimes someone they don't spot you quite right, and
Yeah, it's not easy to get a good spot, is
no,
it?
it's not. It's not. So yeah, as you can see, so
Is that a bicep machine?
bicep, yeah, bicep, yeah. You do that. Sit on it. Put your arm there. Put your arm there, and do that.
Wow. Great.
See them guns? See them guns? Still there, you know.
I think he's planned the secret comeback.
Oh, hey, the amount of times I've been asked to do a comeback, I went like that. Wait, all right, up.
When we started, we just had the life fitness, and then as I went along with that, I added the plate loading.
Yeah. So this is a variation on a theme, you know, where you've got literally dumbbell side laterals. This is side laterals. Yeah. And as you can see there, beautiful Dale doing the old nice
Three variations of the shoulder press.
So as you can see, stack to weight.
Yeah. This is a Viking
Plate
press
load.
as well as having the bench
Yeah.
in it, so you can use it seated as well.
This is probably the most used one, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's just nice having all your shoulder
Yeah.
stuff together, isn't it?
Yeah, we have it all together.
Yeah.
And then we've got, then it goes on to the chest exercise, chest equipment
Chest
on
area.
the other side, yeah. We've got the lying rear delt one as well, the lying up.
That one I had made because I seen a picture of Dorian on one.
Yeah.
So I said to Muller, can you do me a version of that? And but Dorian one was flat, but he made this on an angle. It still does the same thing.
Yeah. It's one of them, you don't need a lot of weight on it as well. Yeah. You can see how well it's engineered. You only have to look at the bolts and
Yeah.
He was supplying the prisons as well, this guy.
Was he?
Yeah, but on the things here, he was having to put chains on them so the prisoners wouldn't nick the things and sharpen them.
And as you can see on the wall, we have all the bodybuilders from the golden era. I think it was one of my favourites.
But at the end of the month, maybe.
No, I'm not. I'll be brutally honest with you. I'm not impressed with his physique, to be honest with you. It's not. It doesn't inspire me. Whereas Lee Labrada was just a work of art, and it's timeless.
Presentation was out.
Oh, he's the best poser for me of all time. I just love watching him. I still like watching him now.
Yeah.
And that's another thing I'd like to see. And I think what they should do at the Olympia is, if they're not going to score the judging, well then have a prize fund,
Yeah.
and for first, second, and third for the best routines.
Yeah.
So you reward the presentation. Why go through all that hard work and not put together an amazing routine? Not just for the audience, but for yourself to be able to look back and go, oh, I did.
I feel like Cranston's trying a bit now.
Thompson is, yeah. But what I'm saying is, you could listen to a piece of music and you go, that was such and such that year. That was him that year.
Yeah, you knew what Sean Ray posted,
Yeah.
didn't you?
All right, Thunderstruck, who posted that?
Was it NASA?
No. It was Sonny Smith,
Sonny Smith,
1991.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? I remember it. Thunder.
Yeah, a little bit before I started following
Yeah,
it,
but you don't get, and you just go back and that's who it was. And for me, that's missing. We're not getting the presentation where you just think, I want to be wild. And a lot of the guys today, I mean, they come out and they're big, but it just doesn't flow.
I agree completely.
It doesn't flow the way I want it to.
I was never great, but I always made an effort,
And I love, if I go to a show, I went to the BMBF show in Manchester, the natural one, because I know Vicky and Gary run it. So I went down for a couple of hours and I just went, and I watched them, and you know what? Fair play to the lads. Everyone put their effort into the, and it was just a joy to watch. Wow. And I just went, that's what it's about. You could see everyone putting in the effort. And you know what? There's a guy, I'm going to show you a picture of him. He was shredded. And I was known for condition. This guy was insane. And he was natural. I went, what? So as you can see down the middle, we have this little trap breaks up because when we were changing all that, we were having a bit of set all that time. I'm telling you what, we do a trap through the middle, break it up, so it gives people the option to do walking lunges, a bit of sled. Do you know what I mean? And it just breaks everything up a little bit. You know, so it's wearing out a bit in parts, but we're going to relay this bit and then put another fresh one down. So as you can see, so say from the chest equipment, then we go on the other side and then you basically the free weights. We are what we are, you know what I mean? And we're not here to be doing all the classes and all that crap. Do you know what I mean? Well, let's say that crap eats their own, but the point is that stick to what you know best. We're a gym, we're old school, but let's look at it like this. What's happened to CrossFit? Fell off. High Rocks is in now, won't be long before that's gone. But the gym will never fail. Lifting weights, I say to everybody, don't care what age you are, get in the gym, even if it's just for general fitness. Go into the gym and lift weights 2 to 3 times a week. You can do the entire body in 3 good workouts. So Monday, Wednesday, Friday, boom, or Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday. You know, as you get older, you don't want to go on all these old people where you're like this.
No.
You know what I mean? Look after yourself. You've got one body. Stop with it 24/7. Look after it. I don't get it. Why wouldn't you want to?
Exactly.
So for me, we are what we are, and it's what we know, isn't it?
Yeah, actually, at the minute we're finding there's more and more women coming in. They were a bit like sceptical at first because they see it as a man's gym, but when they come in, they love the equipment, they love the atmosphere because nobody looks at them or bothers them.
Just leave them to it.
So they get on with it and they go, it's great in here. You know what I mean? But that's what we want. You know, that's what you want to promote. But I think these sort of gyms, they do have that sort of, you know, oh, it's a guy's gym and all the big meters and you know what I mean? Yeah, well, it's wrong.
I think this is a big part of why I'm doing this because I said this to everyone, but every gym owner's been absolute gentleman like yourself. Friendly people, giving people, doing things for others. And it's the complete opposite of the perception.
And it's the advice we give as well. You know, we give loads away free. You know, you can't get this advice from a normal PT at a commercial gym. No, I've learned off John, so now I pass it on to our customers. Absolutely. It's just helping them to make a better selves, isn't it?
I think the golden rule that's missing is is getting back to basics. What we've got now is an industry, and it is an industry which is based on, excuse my French, but bullshit. Bullshit baffles brains, bullshit sells, simplicity doesn't. I've always kept saying, going back to Kerry Cage back in the day, I remember when he noticed I was just going, what about this? He went, John, just keep it simple. Keep it simple. And it always stuck to me. Always stuck to me that. Never forget it. And that's the thing, it's hard work. You get in the gym, train hard. When you're not in the gym, eat right. Get them 5, 6, 7 solid meals in. One lad's came in the other day, and one of the young lads, and another guy, and he was saying, he's asking about, you know, getting that. I said, and straight away I said, how many meals do you eat? He went, 3. I went, right, well, eat 5 and 6 meals and you'll grow, won't you? Yeah, but what I want to boost? No, you don't. You need to eat meals. Get your meals in and you'll grow. I said, what is bodybuilding? Train hard, eat right. Marry them two up. That's it. And it's like, that's what we do. I've had that conversation. I looked at people and said, I've had this conversation over God knows how many times over the last 30 odd years, and I will not deviate from my message. No one can pull me up and say, oh, you try to rebrand yourself and you said this and then you... No. And that's the thing, and that's why I can get under the skin of a lot of people today when I come out and call it out for what it is. I've been quiet on social media because, quite frankly, I've got to a point where I've gone, I've just had enough of it all. I've had enough of it all. You don't want to listen, so why should I waste my breath? You know what I mean? If people want, I will say this, if people want sound, solid advice, and they've got a coach, and I see some of these people walking on stage and they've got a coach and go, oh, Saki, you know what I mean? It's awful. I say to people, listen, if you want to contact us, I can literally sit down with you and I'll tell you within 5 to 10 minutes, you can show me what you do and I'll tell you whether you got it right or not. And I'll look at it and I go, I had one guy who came in, wanted to, he contacted, used to be a member here, I'm not going to mention his name, I can't remember it anyway. And he said, I want to come and do some posing with you. So I said, yeah, he said, but when I come, I don't want you to critique me. I'm thinking, why wouldn't you want my eyes to critique you after all I've done? So I knew who was prepping him, and he was a pro bodybuilder, right? And I thought this pro bodybuilder would know better. Because, anyway, he comes in, he stripped over and looked at him, I went, and he had about 8 weeks to go. Now, you know, when I was getting ready to show, I used to like to be ready a good 2 or 3 weeks out and then coast in, basically from there. I'm looking like, don't say anything. So I didn't. I saw him months later at a show, and he said, I did that show. I said, I know, you look bloody awful. I was there. I said, he was crap. I said, no disrespect, you shouldn't have been on stage. I said, I'd have told you that 8 weeks ago when you came to pose with me. I said, but you didn't want to listen. And then he showed me, he said, well, he had me doing this. You should have seen him. It was insane. I just went, you're not kidding me. He said he had me on 2 hours of cardio and no carbs, and I just went, I said to him, I said, if you'd have come and seen me, I said, you'd have been eating tons of food, you'd been using next to nothing. I said, you know what, you'd have gone on stage with a lot of muscle. Yeah. And this is the thing, and this is time and time again, I say it all the time.
The question that jumped in my head then was, he said he wanted to pose for you but didn't want to speak, so what was the point?
I could have saved a lot of time and effort, you know what I mean? I said to him, I said, well, you had the chance. I said, you didn't want to listen, did you? You learn the hard way, as you say, don't you?
Yeah.
But he's competed since and he's still not crap. Stringy and everything, I'm going, no, just stop. It's like, don't keep doing the same thing and expecting different.
Yeah, I suppose it's frustrating for you, isn't it?
It is, because, you know, the background I've come from and the standard then and what we were doing, we're not trying to make it sound flash or fancy. I'm not trying to sell it. An idea, you know, something new. I'm not trying to, I'm just keep it basic. It's hard work.
Yeah.
For me, I was training 4 times a week, was in the gym for an hour at the most. I was doing my cardio every morning before breakfast. I was doing another session at night time if required. You know, and you just ultra clean for you.
Yeah.
And just dug deep.
Yeah.
And then when it got painful and you felt like you wanted to cry in it and curl up in the ball in the corner, then you go, yes, we're getting there.
Yeah. John Bridge always says, you know, smile when it hurts, cry when it don't.
Yeah, exactly. And you'd sort of like, what am I doing to myself? And then you'd have that twisty moment where you just go, we're getting there, and just keep pushing. Yeah, that's what it was.
What's a typical day for John Hodgson now, food-wise? Do you have a typical?
Yeah, I mean, I literally, I've been like tightening it up and doing 2 cardio sessions a day because I'm going away for my birthday next week. So I thought I'd just trim up for the next 2 or 3 weeks, and I've leaned out a little bit. I wake up in the morning, do my cardio, about 30-40 minutes cardio session, just fast-paced walk, might be used outside. And then I weigh out 100 grams of oats, some frozen blueberries, cook that in the pan, put a couple of scoops of protein powder in a bowl, mix that in a paste, then pour the cooked oats in that. And that's a nice big hearty meal.
What do you think about Eddie Abu going nuts about whey protein and saying it's processed shit? Listen, I think it's nonsense. But
full of shit, mate. I'm sorry, but pack it in. I'm still here. I'm still using protein powder. And look. Seriously, I'm just nah. But look, he's all over social media and making donut and yeah.
Fair enough.
Seriously,
it was that. Carry on with your day after that.
Yeah, so I did my breakfast and then I cook up. I have, you know, like 1 packet of the basmati rice, 250 grams of sweet potato, and I mix all that up, divide that into 3 equal portions, and with that I have some 2 pieces of frozen fish with each one.
Right.
That's it.
So that's your protein sources. So you have your whey in the morning and then you have the fish.
Well, wait, I have a blended protein, so it's whey casein, and I have the fish, then a protein drink after a workout. Well, I have 2 with fish, and then one of the rice and meals I have a steak. Okay. You know, and then before bed I'll have 4 fried eggs. Well, I'll either scramble them or omelette them.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, bit of butter.
Yeah. And is that you 7 days a week?
Yeah. Well, yesterday I had fish and chips, so I thought I'll have a treat. But you know, I still eat good meals, good solid bodybuilding foods.
Fantastic.
That's it. You know what I mean? Don't change what the old basics. Yeah. Doesn't matter how you do it. It could be chicken. If you don't want chicken, you have turkey and stuff. You know what I mean? Whichever you want, but as long as it's good, quality source proteins.
Yeah.
So as you can see here, going back to the gym, we've got all the back equipment going along here. We've got 3 lots of cables. The old Smith machine there to the left. And then in this direction where I am now, we've got all the leg equipment. I'm going to show you my favourite, one of my favourite leg pieces. I wish I used this more when it was competing. I call it the sled of death. And this supports your back. And the thing is, the tension you get from start to finish is absolutely epic. If you want, I'll demonstrate it for you so you can see. And so you get that depth. Yep. So that, steady down, get that depth, squeeze. And the tension throughout the quads, all the way from top to bottom, is brilliant. And especially when you really come to your working set. As you can see, the fibres are working.
Like I say, you can work to absolute failure without any problems on it.
No problems. And it can be, you can spot if you want to do some force reps by someone pulling you there.
Yeah.
But the tension is all in the quads, and you're basically secure in the knowledge of knowing that you're not going to have any back issues with it.
Yeah.
You're not stressing your back. Like if you do conventional squat, a lot of people are leaning too far forward, and then they're pushing through. Sort of when they're squatting, they're doing this.
Do you still squat, John?
No, I've not squatted for a while because I find it a little bit uncomfortable now.
Yeah.
So I cut my cloth accordingly now.
Yeah.
And I think to myself, well, how can I stress the quads without putting pressure on the whole back?
Yeah.
I'm batting smart.
Yeah.
So, I only do 2 exercises for quads.
Is that all you do?
I do this, and I do the leg press, or I do the belt squat. So I do 1, 2, and that's it.
No leg extensions?
Nope. No. I used to. I found it was aggravating my knee a little bit.
Yeah.
But I just find 2 exercises and I go, and I literally do give it everything I've got.
Yeah, for 2 sets.
So I work up, and then the other day I got to a certain point, went to complete failure, didn't do a force rep, got to the negative, lowered it knowing I wouldn't be able to get an extra one on my own, dropped it again, ground out a few more, dropped it again, ground out a few more, that's it, job done. Yeah. And then I went straight onto her and the other day I just did 1 set, complete failure, that was it, I'm done.
Would you say your aim is to maintain muscle?
Yeah.
Yeah, but will that build muscle?
Of course it will. The only difference would be is if I was back in my day, I'd be shifting a lot more poundage. So if you go to absolute bonkers failures, how can it not build muscle? Because the idea is that you're there, that working set is to send a message to the muscle to grow.
Yeah.
So if it was based on volume, well, where does volume start and end? In other words, I'm doing 3 working sets. Well, do more then.
But that's what the studies are leading towards now.
Well, that's what they're saying, but I'd like to see the actual bodybuilders who've used to these.
Yeah, I was going to say, because I saw something with Stan Efting, and he said the reason that volume is working better than low because these candidates cannot generate the intensity required.
But this is the difference. So I'm saying that's the point. Are they doing the all-out intense set the way it's prescribed to be? And most people are not.
Yeah.
So if I was in the thick of it and doing my 1 set to failure, you'd see blood coming out of my ears and nose.
Yeah.
That's where you've got to be.
That's why 2 sets is enough.
That's why it's 1 set.
I mean, but, 1 on each exercise.
Yeah, no, but I'm saying 1 working set on each exercise.
Yeah.
Not saying that obviously if I was doing that, I'd probably do another one where I was in the thick, I'd probably do leg extension as well.
Yeah.
But it'd be 3 sets, 3 exercises, but 3 working sets.
What about hammies?
2 to 3 exercises. I'd always do the seated and the lying leg curl when we go to. And you could do, the stiff-legged deadlift, stretch out.
Yeah.
Apart from that, you don't really need any more than that. And I mean, I built good legs, but I was doing a little bit more volume in the early days, as I said, with the squat. But I was warming up through the gears because I couldn't just go into 240 kilo squat and go to failure. You had to warm up thoroughly. Yeah. So a lot of people say, well, but that's a lot of volume. I say, yeah, but my warm-up sets, they're your work. That'd be
you're
your
not
working
doing
set.
10 reps on every one of you.
I was doing 10 and 12s.
Right.
Yeah. racket, boom. 4 plates are just brilliant.
I would have thought for as you build up, do you call them feeder sets? You know,
No, just warming up, going through the gears, because I wanted to warm up my knees, get the blood going.
yeah.
And then-
would it not be better to just do about 4 to 6 and save energy for the, or do you feel that it's not thoroughly as warm?
No, I'm doing legs because I want legs work off slightly higher rep range anyway, but I wanted to really make sure I was properly warmed up.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And the thing is, looking back, I would probably have lowered the weight and gone a bit higher reps on them.
Would you?
Looking back.
When you
Because
say
Lee
high reps-
Powell, I always remember Lee Powell, and he had a great set of pins on him. He got up to 4 plates a side, 420s a side, and he could do 12, he said, and he worked, and his aim was then to go from 12, stick with that weight, and eventually get to 30 reps.
Yeah.
So think about it.
Yeah, yeah. It's still a progression, isn't it?
It's progression. So it's called progressive overload. So cut your cloth accordingly. You go in higher volume on that, it's still with a good weight, you're going to grow. So there's not one, this is the only way to build muscle. No, there's variation on the theme. Just cut your cloth accordingly.
Yeah.
Just as long as you train hard. And the only reason why you won't be growing is because you're not backing up with sound, solid nutrition. It's when everyone fails. They go out and they don't eat consistently. You know, I have it all the time. The amount of people, I eat a lot, and I go, and I turn around and say, yeah, I eat loads, and I go, that tells me you're not. And I ask them, what's your breakfast? And I laugh and say, that's not breakfast. I said, that's a snack. You know what I'm getting at? It's like, God, I've had this conversation so many times over the years, and it never changes. I just smile and go, really? You eat a lot, do you? No, you don't. How many times have we had that conversation?
We just look at each other now, don't we?
Yeah, we just go, here we go. It's like they forget where we've been, you know what I mean? Some people go, this is the best one. You'll like this one. The best one. As we can see around the gym, just carry on. We've got the leg equipment down here, we've got all the free bars for the squat and the calf. But the best one, like say, you can take over. How many times?
Oh yeah.
Is that you? People look at me go, it's not you, is it? And I go like that. Well, what do you mean it's not me? I said, why, does it not look like me? They went, no. I mean,
Why are you not that big?
why not that big? I'm like that. I said, you can't be shifting mountains and, you know what I mean? I went, all right, it was 2011 and we're talking 14 years ago. It's my Hollywood pose up. And as you can see, I'm in between Dorian and Lee Haney.
I think it's really great.
Do you ever have any contact with Dorian?
Yeah, but I've not spoken to Dorian for a while, but we exchanged the message not long too back.
Did you live in? I watched that one you did with Dorian.
I lived in Spain in '91, so I moved out there, and that's when I started training properly. And then I left. Then I came back from Spain in '92 and just knuckled down, and the rest is history, as they say.
Plans to retire then?
What's that?
To retire in Spain, maybe?
No, not in Spain, but I'd like to eventually. I don't see myself seeing out my final years in this country. No. I want to go to a warm climate. See, as you can see outside here in sunny Manchester, Oldham, and we've got this. Why the hell do I want to wake up to that? You know what I mean? I went to Vietnam last year for for the whole of December in Thailand, and I loved Vietnam. I wish it could, the idea would be one day maybe just have a settle like this on the beach, and then I'd be happy with that, mate.
Yeah.
Protein bar next to it, just sitting there training and just going, that's all I want.
Yeah.
I have no aspirations to be the richest man on the planet. I like my life. I like the simple things. Finding a decent fish and chips is one of my weekend treats. Going out, grabbing a coffee, and that's it.
Yeah.
I don't go out. I don't drink. Don't smoke. You know what I mean?
Simple pleasures.
I love my simple stuff. If it's after 12, I'm in bed for about 10:30.
Right.
You know what I mean? 11 o'clock's pushing it.
Yeah.
Anything after midnight, they say, well, that's when problems arise. I go, I don't hear that shit. I'm too old.
Very much like yourself.
Yeah. So as you can see, that is what we're about. Yeah.
What a fantastic journey.
I love it. And we do have a great bunch of lads. Josh?
Yeah.
How long have you been a member here?
I think 4 years.
And how far do you travel?
About 10-15 minutes.
Yeah. And how many gyms are there before us?
Probably about three or four.
So why do you come here?
Best equipment. Get the luxury of spending time with John and Tony. Yeah, good banter, but in all seriousness, it's the it's the equipment and obviously just the advice that you can get off like John, Tony, and other members as well. So for me, it's a no-brainer. I can't train at another gym. I'd rather have a day off and not train there and just double up on my session here. I can't adapt. You want to go back to a commercial gym if I have to. If I have to, I can't do it. So yeah.
How many meals are you eating a day now?
Now I'm on about 4 or 5. So I used to do about 2 a day.
I look at him and go, how do you hold that size with 2 meals? I'd be going into a ditch.
I used to be about 2 a day now, and as soon as I started ramping that up, I started seeing the benefits and a bit more strength.
I kept saying to him, you need to eat more.
Yeah.
Eat more and you'll get stronger and bigger. And
yeah. Yeah, it's definitely worked. And like I said, the equipment here, I noticed a massive difference in my own physique by being able to do different variations of exercises rather than having to make stuff up with dumbbells and all that. It's just so much easier being able to just jump on.
Do you have any ambitions of competing or competition?
Nah, not really, to be fair, no, because I'm more natural, so that's the kind of the bit that I don't want to do.
You could compete
naturally.
I
could do it in a natural one. I mean, never say never. Depends if let's see what me and John have got a bar sleeve maybe. Never say never, but at the moment I just like to train. I train a few other people as well, do a bit of boxing as well, so kind of like a bit of a mix really of just weights and fitness.
We were on about training styles and different things. I've put you through a proper one set to failure. But you train on your own, so how do you train? Or how do you work your?
Similar to what John's told me, so I usually try and I aim for maybe 2 working sets. As I say, I go to failure, but it's not true failure if you're not with someone. I don't think it's probably a few reps shy. So yeah, I try and do two working sets. If I feel like I've got another one, I'll do another one. If I feel like I've not pushed it hard enough, but yeah, for me, 2 working sets.
It's a bit of volume, isn't it? But you can see he's not lacking size. Yeah,
So yeah,
calves are hidden.
Yeah, the calves.
Trying to get his calves. Come on, do this. We get these.
They're a work in progress. Work in progress.
As you can see, we have a laugh.
Yeah. Yeah, you've got to be able to take a joke if you train here, and if you can't, then it's not the gym for you, is it, John?
You know the score, mate. It's like, ooh, coming here, if you're a bit soft, you're going to be out the door pretty quick.
Yeah, but yeah, it's actually I can't praise it enough. Really, it's the best. For me, I always say to any of my mates, it's the best gym in Manchester by far.
I appreciate
it. But not a lot of people that listen. Not a lot of people want to come and push themselves. A few of my mates that are happy training at commercial gyms.
What do you think that is? What's the barrier to your mates coming here?
I just think because they won't train with me either. So like they'll all train with each other, no one will train with me because I think they think that if I'm pushing 400 on leg press, they've got to do that. That's not the case.
No, you don't need to be as strong as your training partner.
Exactly that, but that's what ego people don't get. So for me, push yourself to your limits. Your limit might be 100. Mine might be 120. It doesn't really matter. So I think that's a bit of a barrier, and they feel like a lot of my mates, I bet everyone in there is massive and they're on this and they're on that. So it's not the case at all.
The perception.
But once, as Tony said with the ladies, once they come in, that perception is shattered. They go, well, hold on, this not what I expected. Everyone's there friendly. I said, well, just because you look a certain way doesn't mean that. You know,
that's what I'm hoping.
we're not nice people.
I want these videos to do that because not everyone will set foot in, will they?
No.
So if they watch it, they might think.
We couldn't be more user friendly. You know what I mean? It doesn't matter what your goals is because the vast majority of people are just wanting to lift weights and just improve themselves. That's it. That's all it is. There you go. Thanks, John. Appreciate that, mate.
No problem.
Over to you, to me.
Thank you. This is a great piece of kit as well.
Oh yeah. You don't get. I don't think there's any other gyms that have got one of these.
One arm row.
Yeah.
Get yourself right, get yourself positioned, straight in. As soon as you drop the shoulder and you've got some weight on it and you try and pull through, it's that strict over. You really feel it through the mats.
The golden rule when you're doing dumbbell rows and rolls is not to angle yourself, is keeping yourself level and then getting that squeeze. The problem is you see people's egos shatter because the weight that they use with the dumbbell or whatever, when you do it properly, drops significantly, but you engage the muscle properly. And this is what we like to try and teach people. Eliminate the ego and move the weight, get the connection, the old adage of mind-muscle connection, and engage the muscle properly. If you do that, you'll grow and you'll stimulate the muscle fibers far greater. It's all about form, and let your strength catch up with the form over time. And you'll become, you'll see it.
That's
Strong
one of
good
the
form. It's always got to be that.
One of the things when I first met John and everything, when I first went to train with him, with the back work thing, second set on the plate load of pull down, I'm blowing through the arse.
Oh yeah.
And he's laughing. Got another one here, that's it. But I learnt from that.
Yeah.
Then he gave me a copy of his DVD, and I noticed certain things in his DVD. Why you got your feet like that, or why you do that? Or, you know what I mean? Then I'd ask him. If I didn't know, then he started coming training here. I'd sit down at the side of him. He'd go, "What you doing?" I'm watching you. What you doing? Because I wanted to watch where he placed everything. And I incorporated that into training.
That's a white belt mentality, isn't it? Is rather than being obsessed with what you already know, wanting to know more.
Yeah.
I mean, even there are things I've watched over time and just I've gone, could have done that or done that. You know what I mean? Even I can look back. It wasn't. I got it 100% right, and even now I just, if only I'd have done that. Or even I can go back and think, I wish I'd have done that. You know what I mean? I'm not saying I got it perfectly right. I got most of it right, but I could still have tweaked one or two things. In all fairness, but overall, it's about keeping things simple. Just lift and move away from A to B with good form. Stay within a specified rep range. I say minimum of 6. If you're in the 6 to 12 rep range where you're failing, you're nailing it. And then if for legs you want to go a little bit higher rep range,
Which is what?
I think even you could say 20 reps. But if you're getting exceptionally strong on it, do you know what I mean? That's going to be a big ask. So, because it depends on how strong you are. I was exceptionally strong. Like I was saying with Lee Powell, he was doing 180 kilos and then went from 12 and was aiming to get up to 30 reps. That's a lot of reps with that weight.
Yeah.
So, and like you mentioned about Jay Cutler never went really much above four plates, but was moving, and look at his legs. His quads were great. So, as long as you really push it, really, you know when you've worked hard, you've got a good session in.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Did you ever train with Dorian?
Yeah, funny enough, not in his heyday, after he retired.
Yeah.
That's how I got to know Dorian more after he retired. Even though I saw him when he, competed. It was like, I saw him a week before his very first Mr. Olympia. And we were all in the audience and just, the whole place just, he come out on stage and just went. And this is actually a story I've always told, and it's very significant, because remember, you can look at life in two ways. Is the glass half full or half empty? So Dorian came out a week before Helsinki, and we just saw the whole place just went deadly silent. We all went. And I'd not competed. This was '92. I competed the following year, and at the time there was Pete Cronshaw from the Busybodies Gym from down the road where we were all training. And after it finished, we were all sat at the table, and Pete went like that. What the hell are we doing? Well, what are we wasting our time for? Did you just see that? He said, what's the point of us training? I'm like that, mate, going, I want to look like that. That's what I want. He was literally demoralised, and I just literally was like, whoa, that's what I want to be like. I know I wasn't going to be a Dorian, as in he's tall and
you can shoot for it, can't you?
That's my point. He was absolutely demoralised, and I was like galvanised, and I'm going to do that. And that was the year before I competed, and then the rest.
Yeah.
And I'm really happy with what I accomplished, and and hopefully I've inspired others over the years to.
What was your retirement? When did you retire? And what was the decision? How did it end?
That was the last. The picture up there was from the very last show I ever did. If you want to have a look at that, and that was a few days after the British Grand Prix in 2011. It was really weird. The reason why I did the show at the time was because it was James Collier, Simon Fan and Neil Hill who were doing the British Grand Prix, so I said, you know what, I'm going to support it, I'll do it. And I knew that Flex Lewis was going to be the man to beat. So as you can see, that was from the last show I competed at, and I was weighing 202 on the dot. I actually started my diet at 203 pounds, 10 weeks out, and then walked on stage 202. I know the secrets. Hey, bet your gurus don't do that with you, do they?
So how did you feel upon retirement? Was it a sad moment? Or
Well, no, because what it was, and then I just come second to flex. Everyone was jumping around, going, "Oh, you got the Olympiad again," and everyone's buzzing. But it was really weird because Alvin Small, who was, remember, the heavyweight, he was backstage, and just to sort of like put that on hold, as I was walking out of the building, I was there with my mum, my auntie, my 2 training partners, my very first training partner from 92-93, and then my current training partner at the time, Gavin. So there was Mike Codlin and Gavin, and we were walking back, and I said, you know what, I might call it a day.
Really?
Yeah, just like that. I didn't have any idea. I thought, oh, I've got to Olympia, and I just went. Because we were obviously being the 202 class, you had to pay your own flight, you had to pay your own accommodation, whereas in the open class everything was covered. So it was one of them, and I thought, do I really want to go to Olympia and go through all that? I left on a high, everyone was buzzing, and so I was toying with the idea, so I might call it a day. And they all turned around and said, well, you got nothing to prove, have you, John? Look at, look what you look like, and you've done it all. Yeah. And then it was literally, I think it was that night or the next day, it might have been the next day, I got a phone call off Alvin Small. And he said, I'm just ringing you up, John. He said, I just wanted to say you looked absolutely incredible. He said, I was backstage. He said, and no word of a lie, I looked at you, I went out. He said, I got hold of Harold Marilia, another former IFBB Pro. He said, Harold, you got to go backstage, you've got to have a look at John Hodgson. I've never seen anything like it. You want to see him. And when he said that, it was just literally there when, leave it at that. That was the icing on the cake, and I went, I've just been given a real compliment from a top heavyweight, you know what I mean? And it just meant the world to me, and I just went, yeah, that'll do. And as I say in show business, leave them wanting more. And the amount of times the judges at the time and people were saying, don't quit, come back, you've got more to give. And that was it.
Right,
There you go, the rest is history.
Right, well, thank you for today, John. It's been an absolute pleasure.
Likewise, thank you. Thank you for having us.
Please
I hope you enjoyed it.
like and subscribe if you've enjoyed today. Support us, and we'll make more of these if you enjoy them. Thank you. Thanks, John. You're welcome. And thanks, Tony. Too.
Welcome.
Cheers, pal. Thank you,
buddy. Tony and I were just speaking then about mental health, and Tony made a few good points about how the gym is good for people who are struggling, lads who are struggling, bottling things up and that, and weren't you just saying?
Yeah,
community.
I think without, if I didn't have opened this gym, I wouldn't have been here but now, basically, because the mental health services got me back into training, and this literally saved my life.
I bet it's done that for a lot of people.
Yeah.
Having a gym and a sense of community.
Yeah, I tried to take my life 3 times. I was homeless. I think it's hard to talk about when you suffer from mental illness. But if it helps somebody else, get yourself into the gym, because that's what you need. I mean, I've got to say, I won't be here. I know I wouldn't be here without this place.
Yeah, fantastic, mate. Nice one. Thank you.